Thank you for your interest in AP Precalculus. We'll try to show you a few things about this course over the next couple of minutes. First of all, there are 4 main units covered in AP Precalculus. These align basically with the 4 quarters of the school year. In the first quarter, you will learn about polynomial and rational functions, next exponential and logarithmic functions, then trigonometric and polar functions, and finally functions involving parameters, vectors, and matrices. There is quite a bit of expected prior knowledge that students should have picked up in their Algebra 2 or honors level courses. And you can read them here, but basically students should have proficiency with linear functions, polynomials, factoring quadratics, using the quadratic formula, solving right triangle problems using trigonometry that was learned in geometry, solving linear and quadratic equations and inequalities, algebraic manipulation of linear equations and expressions, and solving system of equations in 2 and 3 variables. Students should also be familiar with, but not necessarily proficient in, piecewise defined functions, exponential functions and rules for exponents, radicals such as square roots and cube roots, and complex numbers. The mathematical practices that the College Board is instilling in the course curriculum is procedural and symbolic fluency, which means that students will be able to algebraically manipulate functions, equations, and expressions. Multiple representations, meaning that students will be able to move back and forth between graphical, algebraic, and tabular representations of functions. And then this is new for many of the students, but they will have to be able to communicate their reasoning with precise language and provide rationales for their conclusions. The AP exam format, this is a long exam. It's going to be about 3 hours long, and we have about 2/3 of it is with, 1/3 of it is with a graphing calculator and 2/3 of it without a graphing calculator. So we're looking at 2 hours of multiple choice questions plus 1 hour of free response questions. Should students take the AP exam? Well, the AP exam will be offered in early May. The schedule will be forthcoming each year by the College Board. Fairfax County pays for the first 6 AP exams for students. We recommend that students who plan to go on to calculus, either A, B, or BC, forego this AP exam, as colleges generally do not grant credit for both AP Precalculus and AP Calculus. So if the student is planning on taking calculus, they should use their free exam to earn the credit for the higher level course of calculus. AP Precalculus does have a 1.0 grade bump for the year. This is regardless of whether the student takes an AP exam or not. That's all we have. If anybody has any questions, please fill out the Google form on this site and we can answer your questions.